Fast forward to 2015, San Francisco, where they do not use the term bandito to describe a criminal illegal alien. And what does that criminal illegal alien do? They do what banditos do, because bandito is another name for criminal, or a word for criminal in Spanish. And this bandito, what? Killed an American citizen. So this whole notion that we were supposed to be kind and gentle and not use, awful nicknames that justly refer to what these people are like and who they really are was occurring all the way back when? 2009 and before. And they constantly tell us, well, that's, name calling isn't going to solve anything. So they get us to stop name calling, and they still don't solve anything. In fact, the problem gets worse because, this guy out in San Francisco killing this wonderful, lovely woman, cutting her life short, is not the only person being killed by illegal aliens. And obviously, this has been going on at least since 2007, and we can go back even further to see, even back in time even further, to see even more illegal aliens killing even more legal citizens here in this country. It's not like the citizens of the United States are traveling into Mexico and getting killed. Well, that's a different story. But they're not doing that. No. There's some place where they think they're supposed to be safe in their own country, in their own city, in their own neighborhoods, and they're being whacked by illegals who come from another country, most likely over the Mexican-United States border, into this country illegally, of which, we're not supposed to call them banditos, but they're still criminals. They come over here. They were committing crimes down in Mexico. They were probably running from the Mexican police, and so they're coming across the border for a better life because, this is better crime up here. So they're going to come up here and do crime up here and even kill American citizens who should not even be facing these illegal immigrants because a lot of them have been caught before and they were never deported. They were released, or they actually served some prison time here in the United States and were released up on the streets, as if we don't have enough criminals that are citizens that we release up on the streets. Now we got to release criminals who are illegal aliens to do harm to citizens. And these congressmen and these Democrats, these Democratic idiots, are going to chastise an American citizen for using the word bandito or calling them a criminal. Are you insane? Yes, they're insane. And I will tell you this, I have come to fully believe that liberalism is a full-fledged mental disorder. Full-fledged mental disorder. It is. I'm sorry to say, but it really is a full-fledged mental disorder. Well, folks, I have to take a moment here because it looks like one of the live broadcast feeds has cut out. So if you're not hearing this, obviously you're not going to hear what I have to say after that, but I do apologize. Hopefully we can get that feed redirected and back up. But otherwise, just stick here, and hopefully people will come over from the other feeds. See, look, I've got feeds, syndication all over the place, but I was just notified here on my computer that one of the live feeds cut off. And I do, for people who will be able to hear the rest of the show later on an archive episode, I do apologize for that. It's nothing I did here. I can assure you. So I don't know. We'll have to look into it and see what happened with that. But we do apologize for the live feed being cut and the show being cut short of it. I mean, maybe they had something they have to interrupt over there. That's possible. That happens. But we're still live. and we're still plugging forward. But anyway, by the way, we will. I got some good stuff coming up for the program. News about the program. So you're going to find out more as time goes on, like in September. Some good stuff coming. You're going to want to tell, I'm going to give myself a shameless plug here. You're going to want to tell everybody you know to tune in and listen to this program, as well as, becoming fans over there. We hit the 3,000 fan or 3,000 like mark over on Facebook. And, that's a good milestone. Because, most of that is organic. I'm not out there advertising, all the time to try to get people. And I don't go over to I know you can get, buy these things, for $10, I'll get you 5,000 likes or what have you. I have not done any of that. So it's mostly organic, which is a real cool thing. Because, those are real people. So if you are under the sound of my voice and you haven't gone over to the Rod Eccles Show page over on Facebook, you should look it up because it is very active. There are some very, very intelligent fans over there. And you can, if you want to read some great comments to stuff that's being posted over there by yours truly, I can tell you there are some great comments over there. And you can interact with these people, too. I don't hold, anybody. If you're a liberal, you can go over there and try to challenge. I'm just going to tell you, if you're a liberal and you try to go over to the Rod Eccles Show page and think that you can bust in there and shut all the conservatives down, there have been liberals that have tried, and I have not banned them. And I'm the only one that can do the banning over there, and I haven't banned any, them. I think I banned one person because he was just way over the top, belligerent, and name calling. But for the most part, liberals can be respectful. Then I don't have an issue with them being there. Just as I would hope and see that in a I guess you could say a combative discourse, people are respectful towards the liberal. And it's an interesting, often the liberal always loses simply because they don't use fact. They use fiction for their argument. But every once in a while, liberals will make a decent or a good, valid point. That's good. That is good. So I welcome that. And there's a lot of back and forth and discussion about different topics that affect this country over there on the Rod Eccles Show page on Facebook. You need to be a part of it. I'm just saying. You need to be a part of it. You need to go over there and you need to like it. And you need to participate. And you get some great information from me, first of all, from all over the place. I have a massive news feed, and it's growing by leaps. And I get people say, "Well, all you do, Rod, is just get your stuff from right-leaning conservative." No, I don't. I've gotten stuff, that was very interesting from the Huffington Post and from USA Today. Those are, and from the New York Times and from the LA Times and from other, even from Salon.com. I go all over. My news feed goes all over to get stuff. So if it pops up and if it's of interest to me, and then I think it'll be of interest to you, I'll either talk about it here on the show or I'll post it over there on the show page. And oftentimes you'll also see a tweet about it. So you might want to follow me. I got close to 10,000 followers on Twitter. And again, those are real. Again, I didn't run it, because I know you can go out there and you can buy Twitter followers. I've never done that. And, I even make sure, because I clean out my Twitter feed on a regular basis. And if I see people that don't look like they're, like they're paying attention or they haven't signed on in a while, I get rid of them. I stop following them, and I have a program that I could force somebody to unfollow me. Because I want this to be real stuff, real interaction, real people out there. So when you're looking at the number of followers I have, those are real people. They're not fake. So that's a good thing. So you're going to want to join that. And, you know, all of my the social media accounts I have, and you can find out all those social media accounts over at rodeccles.net. I even have a Pinterest account. And in that Pinterest account, there is a Rod Eccles Show board. And if you want to, you know, try to get to know a little bit more about me, you could look at all my different boards on Pinterest. I have varied interest. And some of that stuff might surprise some. I've gotten some liberals who've contacted me and said, "Yeah, you know, I'm following you on Pinterest now. I mean, I was kind of surprised you'd be interested in stuff like that." Well, as if a conservative can't be interested in things that, you know, help preserve the environment. You know, real things that actually work, not none of this nonsense that liberals try to put out there, but stuff that really works. That really does save money, saves energy, saves time. You know, I'm into that kind of stuff. Most conservatives are into that kind of stuff. We like nature. Most conservatives like being out. I mean, if for anything, we like to hunt. We like to fish. And we like to be outdoors. We don't want to see the environment destroyed because then we don't get to enjoy it either. We want to see it preserved for ourselves and for our posterity. You know, we want our kids to be able to we want our kids to be able to enjoy all of that stuff. We don't, you know, we're not out there to try to destroy the planet like liberals often claim. That is the most ridiculous, redonkulous nonsense that I have ever heard. All you guys want to do is, you know, poison the air and poison the water and poison our food and poison everybody and kill everybody. Well, but they base all of their stupidity and all their laws and all their, you know, court cases and based on this kind of ridiculous notion that conservatives, including Christians, you know, hate the earth. Well, that's just insanity. Actually, I heard something today that was kind of interesting. And it really put in perspective why the so-called wacko environmentalists really aren't green environmentalists. Because they want to do away with what? What's the big... CO2, you know, is a big culprit, global warming. Well, this planet needs CO2. Along with water and oxygen, CO2 is necessary for life on this planet. It's what makes everything green. And if it makes everything green, all of those things that are not green, like animals, like the wonderful Cecil the lion who was killed a few weeks ago, without all that green, then the animals wouldn't have any food. Especially the vegetarian animals. And if the vegetarian animals didn't have any food, then there wouldn't be any vegetarian animals, which means there wouldn't be any meat-eating animals, and there wouldn't have been Cecil the lion. All of that because of CO2, of which wacko leftist environmentalists don't like it. So if anybody is anti-earth, anti-green, anti-environment, it's the environmentalist wackos who don't want us to have CO2 in our atmosphere. Think about that for a second. Oh, we can't. You know, look, the rest of the planet outside of mankind puts out way more CO2 than mankind does. And then you got to think about all the animals as well as man who, you know, we breathe. We inhale oxygen and exhale, you know, mammals inhale oxygen, exhale CO2. All the animals do that too. So what? I mean, does that make everything on this planet anti-environment? I get it. So if you're going to follow the mantra and the logic of the left, now pay attention here, folks, because this is brilliance here, brilliance on parade. If you're going to pay attention to the liberals on the left about CO2, then you would have to say that everything on this planet is anti-environment. That's right. And even Cecil the lion is he's a Republican. And he needed to be killed.